Hey gang, welcome back to AONR Draws. It's your friendly neighborhood Robo-Riv, and this time I've got a sketch of a original character named Krush. I came up with the name pretty early. I just wanted to draw a badass guitarist for a band with a mohawk, kind of like a punk look to her. And I've got a lot of different sources of inspiration for this character. The main one being she's sort of modeled after a different character of mine that hopefully you guys will get to see within the next year or two for a comic book, a graphic novel that I'm working on. So sort of modeled after my after that character, even though that character has a different name. It's a way of kind of getting comfortable with drawing a character that looks like that character before actually getting to it. But she doesn't show up for a while in the book, so I haven't gotten around to sketching her look out yet. So this is kind of a preview of that character, and you'll know, hopefully if you, once the book comes out and you'll see it, you can say, oh, that's where Krush's look kind of comes from. But also another source of inspiration for Krush is just people I've known, actual friends of mine that have had kind of looks like this. And also there's a couple of guitarists that I've seen, although I wouldn't say she looks exactly like her. The there's a guitarist in a band called Tetriarch that you don't really see a whole lot of black female guitarists in rock bands. So whenever I get to see that, whenever I see a person of color in a rock band, it always makes me smile. I like seeing it. I'm a big fan of new metal and alternative rock and all that good stuff, as well as hip hop and gangster rap and all that stuff, of R&B, all the stuff that I grew up on. Plus, this, I love to see it. It shows that you're not living to the beat of a stereotype when you go all out in that kind of punk look and you're a person of color. So I wanted to do something that represented that. Gave her all the face piercings and everything. I just wanted her to have a really strong look. I wanted her to kind of look a little mean too, like she doesn't take any kind of crap from nobody. Just as well as she'll do a great riff, she'll also hit you over the head with her guitar too. she's not afraid to squabble. She will get into it. But this whole thing was, I wanted it to be a big collage. Not only it's kind of this video is a great example of how chaotic my mind works while I'm drawing too, because initially it was just going to be the shot of her just standing, but I'm like, it's kind of boring. So I wanted to make a really cool collage. So I got her in the back, just going away at her guitar, just shredding away. And then I wanted to get a nice profile view of her cool mohawk too. So I made sure I got that in. Oftentimes you'll see me use like the blue line and red line sketches. It just kind of helps my eye differentiate between the two separate things a little bit better, because it can get pretty messy when you got all of this sketching going on, and they're all in different layers too. But yeah, if you guys have any questions of like how I do anything, how I draw and Procreate, please put them in the comments below. I'm trying to get a little bit better at explaining my process. I'm not the greatest at that. That's why these videos always kind of end up being a stream of thought of, okay, this is what I was thinking when I did this, rather than like exactly, this is how you start with drawing a circle, then you do this. A lot of my artwork is muscle memory at this point, so I'll try to get better at that. I'll try to work on that. And again, I think the trick is I need to work on some just maybe some basic drawing videos first for you guys, if you're interested in that. If you like how I'm doing it now, please let me know. I'll keep doing it this way. But I need you guys' input for that. Anyhow, now that all the sketching is done, now that all the rough pencils are done, I had redlined Krush out and just doing the inking. I believe on her gloves say painkiller. I just think that sounds cool, and when she's punching somebody in the face, if that's like the last thing they see, that's kind of neat. But I ended up flipping the words to kind of match her gloves that's in the bigger collage piece. I had him upside down initially, so I made sure I flipped that around, and just dumping in the flats at this point. I use the flat brush to start my plaid pattern on her skirt. That's one thing I knew right off the rip. I wanted to give her like a cool looking plaid skirt. So I went online, looked at a couple of different plaid skirts, and kind of chose one that I liked and modeled her skirt after that. But once all the flats are done, I've got on the side and on the top, I was just kind of keeping track of her, the colors I was using for the highlights, midtones, and base color. Because again, I know I've mentioned this before in an older video. When you're creating a character, it's nice to have those things on deck. So when you go to render her out or draw her out again, you'll have that reference, that little guide, that color guide to go after, which you will see Krush again very soon. I've done a poster. There's a thing in my hometown called Benson First Friday, and they've got applications open for like their First Friday posters, and I wanted to drop my hat in the ring for that, and I had an idea to do like a cool picture of Krush, again just shredding with her guitar, and put First Friday on there in a really cool way. So that'll be a future episode of AONR Draws. You'll get to see me take this character and put her on a poster. And I think that is also another ulterior motive for me, creating more original characters outside of the characters that I'm creating for the comic stories I'm writing. I also got a children's book that I'm working on too, so look out for that later. Hopefully, either the tail end of this year or beginning of next year. I'm gonna be pretty busy guy in 2024. And I'll tell you guys more about that later, the why I'm going to be so busy. But that'll be for a future announcement. Anyhow, I got a little bit of a gradient going on in the background to get an idea. I wanted the main character, the standing pose I have of her and the profile to kind of pop out from the background. So that's why I chose to go for that blue, purple, magenta, pink kind of look with her in the background, so it doesn't get too muddied. Initially, I was going to ink her rocking out in the background too, but I kind of like the little pencil sketches. It just makes it look a little rougher, kind of like her. She's a rough customer. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed seeing me chaotically work on creating Krush. You'll see more of Krush, as well as some other characters that I've created just because why not? I really like creating characters, even if they don't really have a home, so to speak, to go to. I like just creating stuff. That's why I do what I do, and that's why I draw almost every day. But if you guys dug this and you'd like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications so you'll know next time I have another video coming out. Again, thank you guys for all of the comments, and suggestions. I appreciate all of it. See you in the next video. Love you. Peace. You choose. I draw. If you know anything about me, you know I get a kick out of posing my figures and taking what I think are pretty neat snapshots of them. Sometimes they even inspire some of my artwork. That's why I'm doing a little poll to see which one of my photos should I redraw, remix, reimagine as a pinup. So for this one, your choices are Katana facing off against Noob Saibot, Thor versus Loki, Elektra, and Bane versus Venom. Voting ends Saturday, April 20th, so make sure you get your votes in on this video in the comment section of this video, or whatever video you see for You Choose I Draw poll number 5. I'll tally all the votes up that Saturday and announce the winner, and that winner will be a future episode of AONR Draws.